Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Today we are going to start our lab, EBS volume lab. EBS lab. Uh, so we start by logging in using our student login. Put username and password and then press login. We have two courses here, the Cloud Foundation course and the Academy Learner Lab course. Actually, this Academy Cloud Foundation contains the lab that we want to do, but we are going to do the lab here, not here. So we are going to open this for obtaining the instructions, and here we are going to make our lab on Academy Learner Lab. So first of all, we open the Cloud Foundation, go to the modules and go to the EBS lab. I can search using EBS and found working with EBS lab 4. This lab we are going to work with. It contains all the instructions. We will not use this environment to do the lab, but we are going to use the learner lab to work with. So our lab is here. We have Amazon EC2 instance. We are going to implement it very quickly, and then we are going to create an EBS volume out of it, and we are going to attach that volume, not out of the EC2, I mean we are going to create an EBS volume, and then we attach that volume to the Amazon EC2 instance. And then we are going to create a snapshot in case we lost some data from the main volume, so we can create another volume from the snapshot to retrieve our data. This is some kind of backup you can use frequently with AWS. Okay, our main steps are here. This is what we're going to do step by step. Create an Amazon EBS volume, attach and mount your volume to EC2 instance, create a snapshot of your volume, create new volume from the snapshot, and then attach the mounted new volume to your EC2 instance. In this part, we're going to delete a file, and then we are going to retrieve the file again from the snapshot. Okay, let's start with this lab. As I said, we are not going to make it here. We are going to make it in the learner lab. So open learner lab. Then modules, then go to the launch AWS Academy Learner Lab, and this is the main interface. Is going to load now. This is the main interface. Actually, we have the terminal here. This is the terminal we are going to use, and instead of using here he asked us to use third-party software to connect to our EC2 instance, but instead we are going to use this terminal. This terminal is not blocked by the firewall, but this one is blocked inside the firewall of our faculty. So the firewall of the faculty, HCT faculty, or the college is prohibiting such kind of connection. So to escape from this, we are going to use this terminal. This terminal is okay. We can use it to remotely connect to our EC2 instance. So we start by start lab, and we are going to wait for this circle to be green. This circle is solid yellow right now. We are going to wait until it becomes solid green. If it is solid green, this means it is now ready for AWS. If you see here, we have $100, and these dollars are going to be used as we are studying more and more. We wait for this circle to be green, and then we can start our lab. Of course, we have all the instructions of not this lab, but for this environment we can find some instructions on, for example, SSH, access to EC2 instance, and this tab we are going to need it in our lab inshallah today. Wait for a moment and then we can start. We're still waiting for this yellow circle to be green so we can use AWS. We can wait. Okay, now it's ready. It turns out to be green, and then we can press AWS right now. We start our lab. Okay, first step, we are going to create an EC2 instance. Okay, so create an EC2 instance. From here you can click immediately from here if you are using it frequently, or press compute and then EC2 instance. Here in this dashboard you can find the instance running. We don't have any instance running. You can click on the instance running. And then launch an instance. We don't have any instances. We launch an instance. We need to create a new instance, EC2 instance. This is going to be our instance. We're going to use it to attach our volume. Okay, this is my web server. And then select all things are default, like Amazon Linux, AWS, and then AMI, the same AMI, and the instance type to be 2T micro, and then the key pair, select VOC key, and that's it. Don't use anything, or don't check anything, just to check allow SSH traffic from. This is very important because we are going to use SSH from here, this one. Okay, so here we are ready. Just to change the name and change the security key, these two options only, and then leave all the default. Don't change anything, and then launch an instance. Okay, here we go. We have our instance up and still running because instance state is pending. So we are going to wait until it is running in a running state. Now we cannot start working with it until it's ready. In the meantime, we can create our volume. So we can go to the volume and create our volume. We have only the root volume, which is attached to the EC2 instance by default. It's like the hard disk of the machine. In this, we have just taken a machine from Amazon Web Services, like computer. We have taken a computer, but this is a virtual computer, and this computer has a hard disk. Here we call it root volume. And this root volume size is 8 gigabytes. We create another volume, is like external hard disk. What we are going to create right now is EBS volume, is an external hard disk. So it's going to be saved if the computer hardware has a problem, the external hardware or the external volume doesn't have a problem, the same problem, because it will be saved because it's far away. Now we go to the volume type. We can select from multiple volume types. We select the default and make this 20 gigabytes, and then go to the Amazon EC2 instance. And this is very, very important option here. We have to go back. We have to go back to the instances and check the availability zone. The availability zone is 1A. Same availability zone. So there, create volume and select this is to be 20, and then go to the availability zone. Make sure it is 1A. If it is not 1A, you change it to other. For example, if you found your instance in 1D, so we change here to 1D. If your instance in 1B, change it here to 1B, and so forth, because this is not going to be constants for all the students. Everyone will has different availability zone. Take care of this. And then we add tag. Tag is a name, and say this is my volume, and create that volume. And this tag is very important. If you see, we have a name, and this is my volume. because if I didn't write this word, it's going to be lost to if I have multiple volumes. Okay, I created the volume, and now the second step is to make sure this is attached to the instance, the EC2 machine. But to make sure if it is attached or not, you can go click on it for my volume and then actions, and attach volume is not working, so go and refresh, select again, and actions, attach volume, and then go. We have the availability zone 1A. As I told you, if your volume is not in the same availability zone of your instance, this is not gonna be correct. And if you click on the instances, you will not find my web server, because your volume should be on the same availability zone of the EC2 instance. Okay, so we have dev SDF. This is dev SDF. Take care of it, because we are going to need it if to deal with this volume through Linux commands. So take a note of this, dev SDF, and then attach that volume. This volume is attached. How to make is to make sure this attaches? Okay, to go to the instances, go to the my web server, refresh, and again select the my web server, go to the storage, and look at the storage. Here we go. We have 8 gigabytes, and also we have 20 gigabytes. This 20 gigabytes is the EBS volume that we have just created. It's attached to the EC2 instance. Okay, we are okay now. But if I want to use this 20 gigabytes through Linux, I have to remotely connect to this EC2 instance. How to connect to this computer? We can connect using different software like PuTTY software, SSH protocol based software. You can use some other third-party software, but to make it very easy, we can use our terminal here. This terminal is very easy to use. I'll go to connect SSH access, click on it. Instead of clicking, we can just Control F and SSH -I. You write SSH-I, and then you will find this command. Copy this command and paste it here, and remove the public IP and put the public IP of the instance. How to get the public IP of the instance? On the details tab, you can find the public IP address here. Copy it, and then go here, and then remove this one. Sorry, I have to write at and then paste the number. This is the public IP of the instance, and press enter. We're going to connect. He will ask you about the integrity and check. Yes, okay, we have this bird. This bird means that we are succeeded to connect it to our instance. Now we can use this instance and put on our instance data. You can put data, put files, move files, and many things. You are dealing with it as it is Linux terminal. For example, you can use pwd to check your current working directory. You check if anything in this directory there is nothing, even if there is hidden files. Okay, we still have hidden files. That's good. And we can work with it as Linux, as Linux command. For example, we can use tree. Okay, there is no tree. cd double dot. Okay, it doesn't have the tree command. Okay, let's check for our volume, the 20 gigabyte volume. df-h is going to display all the volumes. But here there's something interesting, that the 8 gigabytes is here but the 20 is not here, because the 20 is not to access the 20 volume. We need 2 steps. The first step is to format this volume. The second step is to mount this volume to a specific folder. So the first step is to format format the volume. Okay, let's mkfs is the format, so sudo mkfs -t ext3, and then write the name of the root volume from there, from the Amazon SDF. This path is here. You can see from the volumes, you go to the volumes, and then from select this volume, and you know this volume is located in SDF here, dev SDF. Okay, format. Again, enter. It's formatting, done. This is the first done, a second done, a third done, and the final done, fourth done. Four dones means it's correct and formatted this volume. We still cannot see in the df-h, we cannot see this 20 volume is not there, still not there, because we didn't mount it to specific. Should be mounted, but it is not mounted. So we create a folder. We create a folder by sudo mkdir mnt and then data store. This is a folder, I named it. We created that folder, and then we mount our volume, which is don't forget to sudo then mount our volume, which is dev sdf to this mnt data store folder. Is mounted. If we click now -h, we have the 20 gigabyte volume here. It is added. It is added and mounted to the mnt data store. Let's create a file inside this data volume. We create a file using sudo sh-c, and then write the command that the shell is going to execute. Echo my name is Osama is a text. Put it inside a file named myfile.txt. myfile.txt. Let's run this. This is not correct, because this is not correct because this file is located here in the current directory, which is pwd, the current directory, which is home ec2 user. I don't want to put it here. I want to put it into that folder. So I have to change the command again and put it inside the root mnt data store, then /myfile.txt. Now I think it's going to work. If you go there now to ls mnt data store, you will find this file. You can cat this file mnt data store and then myfile.txt, and then you, oh my god, this is not true. myfile.text, oh my god, this is myfile.text. I changed the extension to text. This is my name is Osama. It contains this text. Now we need to make a backup of this data. I have this data. I know this data is very simple and it doesn't have any password or doesn't have any information or useful information, but I suppose this is useful information. I need it in the future, and then I want to make a backup of our EC2 instance, our volume. This volume, sorry. I want to make a backup of this volume, the 20 gigabyte volume, this one. I want to take a backup. The most straightforward method is to make a snapshot. So we go there, go to the volume, select the volume, from actions, create a snapshot, and name this is snapshot. This is not the snapshot. call it my volume snapshot, and then add tag to the name to be vol snapshot, and then create the snapshot. This is snapshot. If you go to the left hand side, you'll find volumes and snapshots. This is volume snapshots, which has my data. We have to wait until snapshot status not to be pending, because we are going to delete the file forever, and then we want to retrieve it back. We can retrieve it from the snapshot. I will show you how to do that. But first of all, we have to make sure that our snapshot is ready. Yes, completed. Okay, so our snapshot is completed and available. It takes all the data from the hard disk or from the volume and take a snapshot of that volume. Okay, we go now to the Learner Lab and then delete. We delete that file, which is located at MNT data store. So rm, sorry, I have to use sudo this time because I'm removing rm mnt data store my file dot text. It's removed. If I ls mnt data store, it doesn't have the file, so it's removed forever. I cannot retrieve it back. But it's because I have taken a snapshot, I can retrieve my data. The file, I can retrieve the file back. I can return the file back from the snapshot. So go to the Amazon, and then this is the snapshot. You refresh, click on the snapshot, and from actions, create volume from a snapshot. And then make sure the availability zone is correct. And then from the add tag, create name. This is restored volume. Restored volume. And then create that volume. Okay, so if you go to the volumes, again, and you will see the restored volume here. Refresh, because we want to attach it to the instance. So go to the actions, attach the volume to the my web server instance, and make sure that you remember this one, SDG. Okay, SDG, you can take note of it. Linux kernels rename this device to dev xvdf. Don't worry, it doesn't have a problem. So attach volume, refresh again, go to the instance and make sure that it's attached. You can refresh, and then from the storage here you find 3 volumes. The last one is the restored one. It has the file that we are searching. Okay, we'll go back, and this time we create another file to mount there is no need to format the file because the file is ready. Sorry, the volume is ready. The restored volume is already formatted. The snapshot is formatted already. It's taken a snapshot means it's formatted. There is no need to format it, because if we format it, we are going to remove the file from it. So don't worry, don't forget this. If you forget it, you are going to remove all the data. So don't format. Okay, we create a folder, sudo mkdir, create this folder, mnt data store, but name it 1 this time. We created that directory, and we have that volume attach mount that volume dev sdg to mnt data store 1 df-h to make sure that it's there. So we have 2 volumes actually, this one and that one. Data store 1, we need to check if our file that is there. So ls mnt data store 1. Oh, this is the file. We restored our file. So also we can check the contents of that file. So we cat to mnt data store 1/myfile dot text. Sorry, dot text. My file dot text. Okay, my name is Osama and this is the data inside the file. I succeeded to return back my data after deleting it from the snapshot that I have created for the volume. So if we return back to our lab, basically we have created Amazon EC2 instance. We created a 20 gigabyte volume. We attach it to the instance and then created a file from Linux command. We created the file and then removed it. Sorry, we created the file and then we take a snapshot of the volume and then we deleted the file from the volume, and then we use the snapshot to create another volume named restored volume, and then we retrieved our file, the deleted file, back from the snapshot. And that's it. Thank you very much. Thank you for watching me, and I'm looking forward to see you in next labs, inshallah. I'm trying to record as many labs as possible, and thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum.